what I want everybody to do, you're going to go to the wall and back with each movement, okay? So the first thing you're going to do is you're going to come up, you're going to grab underneath the knee, and I want you to bring your knee up to your chest and up on the toe. Down nice and easy, knee to chest, up on the toe. Really try to stay as tall as you possibly can through the chest as you're doing this. All right, everybody go ahead. You should be feeling a stretch on the underside of the leg here. And what you really want to make sure that you're not doing here is you want to stay nice and tall and you don't want to come down and hug the knee, but you want to pull that knee straight up into the air. And you should feel that stretch on the underside of the knee. So this is going to be stretching out into the hips and in the glutes a little bit. So you're going to bring the leg up at kind of a 45-degree angle. You're going to grab here at the shin and underneath the knee and push to the opposite shoulder. So it should be a diagonal movement here. So it's not that, but it is pulling across. And you'll feel that stretch right up in the hips. So everybody go ahead and bring it. If you do it right, you'll feel it. You'll know it. So that is coming out right across the body. So when you do it, don't turn the body around here, but stay in the same plane. Everything stays straight. You should feel it right through this area. If you're not, let me know. That's it. So Taylor, when you're doing this here, more across to the opposite shoulder. So when you're coming up, go ahead and bring it up. You see the difference there? Yep. Here. So. Do you see the difference there? Okay. So you should feel it if you like right across to that shoulder. So as you bring it up here, so that here, this underneath it. Now go. They feel the difference. Good. Very important, guys. I'm noticing a lot of you kind of going and going, I don't feel this. I don't feel this. This is nothing. When you grab it here, you got it here, and I'm getting right underneath it, and it's really pushing across at that diagonal here to the opposite, and you should really feel it. The next thing we're going to do here is just a high knee skip. Now, anytime we do any kind of an exercise where you leave the ground or any kind of jumping, the most important thing that you do is you work on your landing technique. So we want you to make sure that you land softly. You don't slam your feet into the ground, because if there's any way you're going to get yourself a nice soft tissue injury in the ankle or the knee, it's going to be slamming your feet into the ground. So as you're coming up, you don't want to. You almost want to be, I like to say, like a ninja, and very quiet. So knee up, bring it in, relatively gentle. All right, so everybody bring it. Let's go. Really drive that knee up and land soft. Land soft. Makes sense to me a little bit here, so now we're going to go high knee run. The same principle applies. I do not want to hear you. I do not want to hear the feet slamming into the ground. It's going to be nice getting the knees up and high, but almost as if the ground is hot and getting those. All right, let's go. Breathe. Look for the hamstring just a moment. Really tall, shoulders back, head up, heels towards your butt. All right, let's go. Bring it. And back. Now, this next one here, this one looks a little bit like you do a ballet, all right, but it is probably the best stretch you're going to get for your hamstrings, and this one really prepares you for that sprinting, those types of exercises. So you're going to need probably a little bit of space, so maybe every other guy, 1, 2, that kind of thing. Now watch what we're going to be doing here, guys. So what you want to do here is, you're going to be standing on one leg, you're going to be nice and tall here, and I want you to lift that back leg. And you're really trying to, so do not bend down and reach towards the floor. It is very important that you stay nice and tall here. You lift that back leg as much as you possibly can, the balance. And if you do it right, you should feel a big stretch into your hamstring. This knee slightly bent, so the leg you're standing on is going to be slightly bent, lifting through. If you get it right, you should feel it in the hamstring, absolutely.
I'm sure you stick your hand up if you're not feeling it.
Yeah, let me know if you're not feeling it in the hamstring. Not feeling full. Strangely enough, tomorrow you're going to be sore from this. Yeah. Remember, you don't want to have a dead straight leg. You want the leg to be slightly bent, and you're basically pivoting at the hips. And what you want to think about is more of a lift than a lean, because it's very easy to pull, cave in and go like this, and then you get no stretch. All right, bring it back. A little bit more ballistic move for the hamstrings as well. So what we're going to be doing is kind of like it's a kick to the hands. So your hands are going to be out in front of you, and what you're going to be doing is you're going to be kicking. Now, what happens when people are doing this one wrong? couple of things. People try to kick too high. They want to kick over their heads. But watch what happens to the foot that's on the ground when I try to kick too high. So, you won't even know you're doing it, but what you're doing is your body is figuring out how not to get stretched in that muscle. So you're kicking too high and your hamstring's going, I can't do it anymore. So what it's going to do is it will find another place to get some movement, okay? That's not what we want. I'd rather see you kick lower with a straight leg, and that leg that's on the ground staying nice and stable and still, all right?
Can I take the back foot off the ground at all?
Yeah, so that heel should stay flat on the ground with that foot that you're standing on. You should feel a good stretch here. Don't try to kick too hard. All right, so now everybody, you're going to do a side shuffle. We want to warm the inner and the outer thighs here. Okay, so what I want you to do is just bring it across here like this, all right, and back, facing the same way. Don't turn around. Let's go. Back, same thing. Let's warm up the hips for a little bit of rotation here now. Okay, so what you're going to be doing here is I want you to come here, around, and I want you to try to kick up and over with this leg here, up and over with this leg, okay? Facing the same direction there and back, all right? Bring it, do the best you can here. It'll be a bit awkward. It's up and over, up and over, up and over. Good. Yeah, that's it, back, same thing, let's go. All right, now, guys, this is where it's going to start to get tough. Tomorrow and the next day, you're not going to like me very much, but it's a necessary evil. What we're going to do is we're going to start to get into the hips a little bit, get the hip flexors stretched out, okay? So what you're going to be doing, we better go in two groups here, all right? We're going to do a backwards lunge, okay, with the rotation. So it's a little bit advanced, so watch this one carefully. You're going to step backwards and down, and then you're going to rotate towards the side of the front leg, always rotating towards the leg, okay? So watch, I'll do it again. It's down, rotate, and up. So it's down, rotate, and up. So not a fast swing, it's a nice and slow movement. Down, yes?
And the knee doesn't touch the ground.
Do not touch the knee, the back knee to the ground, all right? Every other guy go. We'll just go to that wall. We won't do any more of those. You should feel a big stretch into the front of the hips. The next one we're going to be doing is the same thing. It's another lunging exercise, again, to really get into the hip flexors. So you're down and reaching up at the same time. You're going to come down, reach, all right? Reach. Reach. Got it? Okay, really reaching as tall as you possibly can through here on these. Let's go. All the weight should be through the heel on the front leg. Through the heel on the front foot. So don't let that heel. So I'll try to do it from the side. Everybody's going to be in a push-up position, okay? You're going to lower yourself flat to the ground. And I want it all as one piece. I don't want you coming down like this. I want you to come down as one piece. Slightly arch up. Bring your hips up high. With straight legs, walk your feet toward your hands. Walk out. And do it again. Okay? All right? Now, watch what I do next. We'll do one more and then we'll let you guys get going here. The next thing you're going to do here is you're going to be hands on push-up position. Hands underneath your shoulders. You want to try to bring one foot up near your hand here. If your hands are too far in front of you, you're not going to be able to do it. So make sure your hands are right over the top of your underneath your shoulders. Bring your foot up here, right? Then you want to try to bring your elbow down towards the ground. Stretch it this way and bring your foot up. So I'm going to walk through it with you guys. So everybody down, all right? Watch what I'm doing here. So bring your foot up, okay? Try to come down towards the ground. Hands down, back down to the ground. Now, straighten that back leg a bit. So move back and straighten it up. Feel the stretch in the hamstring? Yeah? Now, kick your other foot up towards your hand. Now walk your hands out. And do the other side. Right foot. Elbow down. Stretch it back. Bring it up. That's it. And again, two more. One on each side. Walk